So today, guys, brand new 4K and film review of 2022's The Batman. Enjoy! So how's it going, guys? How are you all doing? Hope you're well. Like I said, this is the first time I've done a 4K film review in a little while, and I really wanted to do it because this is actually one of my favourite films of the year, of 2022, and that is Matt Reeves' The Batman. I did pick this up a couple of days ago, and I did watch it when I picked it up, and I wanted to talk about it because I watched it twice in the cinema, so third time I've watched it now, and I wanted to talk about it because I did really like this version of Batman. I'm one of these people, I'm just going to say it right off the bat, I love every version of Batman. I love from Michael Keaton to Val Kilmer to fucking George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, and Robert Pattinson. So you don't possibly try and come over here and be like, oh, this is way better than Snyder Cut, blah blah. This is not what that is about. I love that. I love Snyder Cut. I love these for different reasons, so I'm not about that bullshit. I think there's just too much discourse around who's the better Batman, instead of just enjoying it being that we're getting more Batman content, you know? I don't know why I've opened that can of worms, if I'm honest to you. I'm just going on a ramble. But like I said, this is one of my favourite films of the year, of 2022. I do really enjoy this film, and there was a lot I wanted to talk about it, because when I saw it in the cinema, I was a bit skeptical. It's why it's not in my top 3 movies. It's in 4th place, beaten by Jackass, Men, and The Northman, because there was something about this film. I'm really enjoying it, but fuck me, both times watching the cinema, it was far too dark. And that's why I was really looking forward for the 4K release, because a lot of scenes I felt like were absolutely lost in translation. I felt like a lot of stuff could not be seen, like Batman's first reveal when he's walking down, sound absolutely perfect. It sounded great. I love the slow build-up of the tension, and that intro is great. But then when he comes out of the thing, you can barely fucking see him, to a point where I'm just like, who's in this movie? Who's the title of this film? You know? But I will say, though, that this disc does really rectify most of the lighting issues that I had with the entire film. And where it did look good in the cinema, it looks phenomenal in here. Like, example is, you know, the shots they were using where he's on top of the building, where the bat signal is. Those scenes looked phenomenal. The lighting of the sky on those screens, like, I don't know what the technical term is, what the actual screens they use, but it looked absolutely phenomenal, and I was so blown away. But I was like, yeah, this is crisp. Because Warner Brothers do a very good job on their 4K transfers. I will give it that. There were some scenes lighting-wise where I did think it still didn't work, and I think that is down to a directional choice of not having a lot of natural lighting in the situation. Example is where Selina is pulled up to the scene where they're about to get the Penguin. I think, like, outside of that warehouse is a bit far too dark, and you can barely see. Like, if I was putting myself in the perspective of Batman, and I was just like, how can you see that? How can you see her right now? It is incredibly dark. You can't make out features and stuff like that. So I'm just like, obviously you could counteract that with being like, he already knows her, he knows the way she moves, he spent an extensive amount of times with her. But at the same time, for the believability it's trying to go for and paint in this world, it kind of, no. It's such a great momentum building. There's a bit, I think, where I've finally narrowed it down to where I think the film drags a little bit. It's to where they're about to see the Riddler and they get found. It's where they work out who. It's where they work out who the Riddler is really targeting, and what it's all about, basically. Full circling Riddler's plan and arranging the meeting between the two characters. I must say that little bit before he's then in Arkham, facing the Riddler, I was like, yeah, probably that bit is where it drags the most for me. Don't get me wrong, I do really like all the club stuff, and I really like all, I just think, like, obviously because there's a lot going on in this movie, it wants to tie up all the loose ends, so it has to do that, so it's why, and with the pacing it's set, I can see why this film is almost 3 hours long. But yeah, it does look stunning, honestly. Sound-wise, I don't know what is wrong with this movie. It's fucking quiet in a lot of places. Like, when I first started it, I had to turn it up to about, my hearing isn't the best, I will say, but there's still films that I could listen to, older films that I was listening to around between 20 and 25 volume-wise. This had about 54 to begin with, because I was like, why is it so quiet? I'm like, the mixing-wise was a bit, yeah, I think sound-wise, it did sound better in the cinema than it does on this release. I don't know what that's... Shall we talk about the film itself? Acting-wise, everyone's phenomenal. I do not like I do not dislike any casting in this entire film. I think it's really good. I really like how we have Catwoman, Riddler, Penguin, Falco, and we have all of these characters are properly established in this world. I really love the world building in this as well. I really feel like this is the most Gotham we've had in a while. You don't see Gotham in any of the Snyder stuff, really. You only really see, you don't really see Gotham in the Snyder stuff. Gotham in the Nolan trilogy is fucking boring. The only time it really takes me back to that original anthology feeling and like how the animated like cartoons and and I felt like it felt more towards Gotham than it did either of those two properties of the Nolan or the Snyder stuff, which I appreciate a lot more because I think Gotham as a whole is a proper essential part to the storytelling of a Batman story. But yeah, no, I think they did a really good job of mixing a real world city. It looked like New York in the wides, but then they'd taken all of the big landmarks out, which I felt like some of them didn't. So yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, really do like that. Robert Pattinson is a great Batman. He does a really great job. Colin Farrell as the Penguin, really great. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman was really good. And Paul Dano as Riddler was really good. And what's his name? Jeremy. Overall, I think it's really good. I'll tell you the only piece of the film I generally do not like, and it's not like the whole scene, it's just this one particular shot choice. It's the wingsuit bit. And I'm not saying the whole suit scene. I love the bit when he does it up and he jumps. It's where he has the camera here. It's the POV of him. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I feel like not enough people are talking about this seriously. It is the worst choice that they could have made in this entire film. It makes him look goofy. It doesn't make him look silly. I love the bit where he crashes at the end and he rolls in the street. That's perfect because it still shows that he's not the Batman that we know. He's still new to all this. But no, I think he should have just stuck to the wides. The wides looked incredible. The close-up shots broke my immersion so fucking hard. I was like, no. I just watching it again the other day. I was just like, no, I can't believe this. Please do not do that again, Matt. We do not need that. Otherwise, great film. Otherwise, it's shot beautifully. Music's incredible. I love the score. The specifically is when the Riddler kills people and it's that lovely, like that sort of like ethereal orchestral piece. I think that is the best bit. I think the original score is really good. I think the Nirvana song has. I'm not a Nirvana fan. I'm just going to say it. I don't really like the band. I never have. So it's the one part of the soundtrack. I'm just like, yeah, I could take it or leave it, but it still works really nicely in the pit. It still works really nicely in the film. So I got to give it props for that. But no, honestly, I would recommend this. I would recommend the 4K pickup personally. I think it's a way better experience than watching in the cinema. I'm not gonna lie. Like the actual text of the Batman actually fit my screen properly. Same with Joker, whereas at the cinema they just weren't scaled properly. I don't know if this is just a problem with the View one here, but yeah, no. Honestly, really recommend the Batman. I did really enjoy it, and like I said, it's in my top 5 of the year. It's definitely the best superhero adaptation film we've had this year. So it's the best superhero film we've had all year, and I stand by that at the moment. So yeah, the Batman, really good, really recommend it. I think Warner Bros did a good job with the transfer. But that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy this little review. I haven't done a film review in quite a while, and I was quite excited to get on and do this. So yeah, let me know what you think of the Batman. Do you really enjoy it? I know a lot of people love the Batman. I know quite a few people did not like the Batman, and I'm quite excited to see what ballpark are you in, because I really like the film personally. I know I've said some things about it though, but it's from a place of love, and I do really love this film. Like I said, one of my favourites of the year. But yeah, that being said, guys, I hope you have a great day. Go watch some films and watch out for Mr. Vengeance, because he's fucking lurking in every goddamn street. That being said, guys, I've been your boy. I hope you have a great one, and yeah, peace out. Boy. Bye.